All right. You know, I fish with people who've caught 1,000 redfish, and it's still really exciting just to see it happen. You know, see somebody make the cast and start stripping and get the fly moving and see the fish react.
Keep gripping, keep gripping, keep gripping. You ate it. Nice.
I'm like a little ways back, and I'm just watching the whole thing. I'm watching you light up, I'm watching the fish light up, I'm watching the cast, and it's a totally different vibe. And so I never get sick of that.
Today I caught my first redfish on a fly rod, and it was an incredible feeling. Moments like these are often shared with a family member or close friend who lends a helping hand or some angling advice, perhaps even supporting in the retelling of the tale, describing the fish as having been a little bit bigger and making the fight to land it a lot more fierce. Alvin Dedeaux has made it his goal to share this infectious joy with anglers new and seasoned across the Lone Star State.
When we were fishing, I kind of felt like, I bet it'd be way more fun for him to be fishing, you know, and he probably hates having to be up there just pushing me around or pushing other people around. But no, you enjoy the guiding part.
It's fun. You know, the thing, and this is the thing that's really cool about it, especially like today, because you caught your first one, and that's like, that'll never happen to me again. I'll never have the excitement of that first one, but I feel it like when you know, like when it all comes together for somebody else, I'm getting goosebumps.
Despite his easygoing demeanor, Alvin Dedeaux has perhaps reeled in more Texans to the world of fly fishing than most. He spends most days out on his boat, and a bit of it online. As a fly fishing guide, he's built quite the following on social media and YouTube, where his videos have hauled millions of views. His goal is to demystify a style of fishing many people might be intimidated by.
I encourage anybody to try it. It's not for everybody. You know, like one of the comparisons a lot of people like to use is fly fishing is to conventional tackle fishing what bow hunting is to hunting with the rifle. You know, it's definitely definitely harder, a little bit more practice, a little bit more kind of skill oriented. You're stacking the odds in the fish's favor. Once you cast with the fly rod, you're just hand lining. You're like holding on to one side of the string, and hopefully the fish is going to grab the other side. Especially what we're doing here, we're like actually looking for a fish and putting the fly in front of that specific fish and hoping that he eats it. You know, so there's that aspect of it. They're kind of like the hand-to-hand combat.
Alvin was in the early wave of fly fishing guides in Texas. When he began, a lot of Texans left the state to fish freshwater trout up north, if they fly fished at all. But now, he's helping spread the sport from the Guadalupe to the Colorado and the Gulf Coast. He's had the good fortune to catch countless fish, but his greatest luck of all might have been meeting his wife, Leneé.
She was pretty awesome. I mean, she really had a big effect on a lot of people, and she became a guide because there were no other women around here guiding. And she was like, that's the only reason I'm doing it, just because I want other women to be able to see me and realize like, oh, they can do it. I knew it was a match made in heaven because the first time we went fishing together, we were in Colorado. It was a small stream, and I'd fish with my buddies a lot. And it was small enough to where you had to like one person fish at a time. You fish, then the next person would fish the next hole, you know, little mountain stream. And we'd take turns fishing and watching each other. And then we got finished at the end of the day, and she's like, that was romantic. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, okay, done, sign me up.
Alvin and Leneé owned and operated all water guides together for many years, spreading the joy of Texas fly fishing to people from all walks of life. But suddenly, last spring, Leneé wasn't quite feeling herself.
She just kind of started feeling kind of funky, like in April, and they were trying to figure out what it was, you know, like, you know, it's not this, it's not that. Blood tests are always perfect, and she got an ultrasound, and they're like, oh, you have cancer. And she died a month later. at least with my wife, we did have a chance to like say goodbye, you know, like and just kind of like say, oh, you know, like this is great. You know, we're so lucky to have the 16 years that we had, and you know, too bad it's, you know, her only regret. She said she only had one regret, and that was just not being able to see her kids grow up. You know, we have a 11 and a 15-year-old daughter and a 26-year-old daughter. So, yeah, that was her only regret. So, I mean, I hope I'm so lucky, you know.
How are you doing?
You know, I have my good days, I have my bad days. I'm super lucky. I got like
You're so
many
much more
people.
upbeat than I would expect.
If this would have happened 5 or 6 years ago, I would not have been as upbeat. But we went through a lot of growth, you know, emotionally, spiritually, and you know, it's a part of life. And you know, I have to carry on. I have 2 young daughters I need to raise and, you know, support the whole optimism thing. I mean, that goes a long way in life, but also in fishing. I mean, really, I mean, I've been training myself for 50 years to like always think the next cast is going to be the one, or you're going to catch the fish of a lifetime. In a way, train myself to, you know, see the best, you know, just be positive.
What do you hope her legacy is?
That her kids know that what they're capable of. She was an artist, scientist, you know, teacher, fishing guide, business owner, multiple entrepreneur, you know, like she just did all kinds of stuff. And as long as they know what their mom did and what she represented and recognize that they have that in themselves, that's probably number one. One of the lessons that I'm learning through this is just there's a lot of people out there that want to help, and it was, for me, I've always been like the, you know, lone wolf, do-it-yourself kind of guy, and it's really hard for me to ask for help, and almost harder for me to accept the help that people offer, you know. But I've been much more open. I let people help me, you know, and I realize that because I've always tried to help people, and I know that it makes you feel good to help other people. And I'm like, okay, well, yeah, if you want to help me, I know that's going to make you feel good, and it helps me. So I'll just try to be a lot more open to, you know, everything that's coming my way, you know, whether it's, you know, somebody offering to take me fishing or what, you know, because usually I'd be like, no, let me take you fishing, you know. But now I'm
Reverse
like,
card them.
yeah, but now I'm like going, yeah, come on, yeah, I'll get on the front of the boat, you know, and it feels good to just to be up there and let somebody else take care of me for a while, even if it's just a couple hours of fishing, you know.
Yeah, you helped me. I mean, I don't think I would have seen the fish that I ended up catching.
It's a team effort. And that's another thing about that parallel to life. You know, it is a team effort. You know, I could not go out there by myself and do that, you know. But when you have 3 people in the boat, like one person up here, one person casting, and maybe the third guy's looking the other direction that the guide's not looking, it's just so much more effective. And I'm realizing that life's the same way. You know, you just got to let people help you, you know.